How to sell premium price fitness packages using 5 key psychological triggers. Ever wonder why some clients eagerly pay $5,000 for a 12-week program while others hesitate at a fraction of the price? The secret all lies in the psychology of sales, so stick around as we unravel how this works. In this video, I want to share with you the secrets behind crafting irresistible offers and showing you how to position your fitness program as an invaluable investment in your client's future. We'll run through everything from understanding the mindset of your target audience to overcoming common objections with ease. This video is packed with insights and strategies designed to elevate your sales game. Whether you're brand new to premium priced online fitness sales, or you already have a high ticket fitness program, but you want to make more sales and make them easier, I'm going to give you all of the actionable tips you need to transform skepticism into enthusiasm and boost your bottom line. My name is Sameem, Rouhani, and my superpower is helping fitness professionals launch, build, and scale a premium priced online fitness business. Since 2019, I've helped hundreds of coaches do this, and now I want to help you do the same. But here's the thing, you need to understand it's very difficult or maybe even impossible to scale your business to $20, $40, even $100,000 per month and beyond by charging low or even mid-ticket prices. To really hit those big income months, you need to be charging premium prices. Not just that, but even if it was possible to grow a big income, charging just $100 or so a month for coaching, is that the kind of business you actually want? To have to juggle hundreds of clients, spending days doing check-ins and programming, or jumping on and off sales calls all the time because low-paying clients don't value what you do and only ever stick around for maybe a month or two? I doubt it. And that's why premium prices are so critical. Not only do they make scaling your income much easier, but they also mean you need far fewer clients, which means less stress for you and more time for you. You attract people who are actually prepared to do the work and who take their investment with you seriously. And above all, the bigger margin you get from premium pricing gives you much better cash flow. You keep more money per client. You can invest a lot more into the business, helping your growth, freedom, and financial security even more. But I guess the question to kick off with is, what do I even mean by premium pricing? You'll get a different definition depending on who you ask. But in my experience, for a fitness coach, high ticket is anything at $1,000 or more per month. That said, you don't want to just be selling 1 month of coaching. You should be selling packages, and your packages should ideally be at least 4 months long. So while this isn't set in stone, let's just say in this instance, premium is anything at $5,000 and up. That might seem like a high number for you. It certainly will for most personal trainers who are used to charging $40 to $80 a session, or even experienced trainers at high-end gyms who might be charging $200 to $250 a session. Plus, it can feel a whole lot harder to sell online anyway, where people are a lot more skeptical and often don't feel like they're getting the same level of care, attention, and service as they do when they sign up with an in-person trainer. That's why if we want to make those $5,000 plus sales and make them on a regular basis with as few objections as possible, understanding your client is extremely important. Being real for a minute, if you want to be earning $5,000 or more per client for 12 weeks, you're going to need to be targeting high performers. I'm talking about doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, people in the C-suite, or at the least, have a unique offer in the market where you have a lot of proof and you're good at what you do. I won't sit here and say these are the only people who can afford premium prices, because clearly that's not true. And at the end of the day, it's how you niche down and specialize your services, but for the sake of simplicity, I'll start here. Here's the truth. These types of prospects are far more likely to have the assets to be able to invest $5,000 to work with you. Targeting demographics like this means you'll spend far less time on the phone, having a much higher close rate, and you won't spend your days hearing "let me think about it" from every last person you speak to. More than just knowing who your ideal client is and what they do, you need to know their desires, their fears, and their motivations. How do we do this? There's a big difference between positioning your program as just a service or positioning it as a long-term investment in someone's future. Clients aren't buying a diet plan from you. They're not buying workouts, and they're not even buying your coaching. They're buying a result, and more than that, they're buying a more confident, empowered, happier version of a future version of themselves. Just think about how much people pay for other things that give them this. Plastic surgery, expensive watches, beauty treatments, designer suits, the list goes on. Wealthier and high-performing clients have almost unlimited funds when it comes to investing in something they believe will improve their status and enables them to leave a legacy. It isn't just about weight loss and how they look, it's about how they feel about themselves and how they think other people will view them. So if you can change the perception of your coaching from just a program to something that will elevate the client's status and their self-esteem, you're winning. But what specific psychological triggers can you pull to elevate this perception? There are actually 5 psychological triggers. And the cool thing is, these are all easy to implement in your content, in your sales calls, and even in other sales mechanisms, like a sales page or a VSL that you have. It's these triggers and not fancy words or clever phrases that make selling premium price programs a lot easier than you might think. Let's dive into them. First up is scarcity and exclusivity. I'm sure you know about scarcity and exclusivity, and you probably even use them a bit already, but most fitness professionals are using both of these totally wrong. For example, they say they have limited spaces, clients, or they only take on a certain number of clients at any given time. But this is usually totally false. Saying one thing, then doing the other is not only unethical, but it can massively damage your credibility, meaning these have the opposite effect of what they're supposed to do. We can ethically create scarcity and urgency through simply talking about the fact that we only work with a set number of clients at any one time, or by only opening our program up at certain points throughout the year, but then actually sticking to these and making sure we're being true to ourselves and our clients. Later, also share the do's and don'ts of using scarcity without seeming pushy. Next is social proof and testimonials. You want to demonstrate the success of past clients to build trust and desire with potential new ones. People want to see other people like them who got the result they wanted to get. The key thing here is like them. This is another reason why it's so important to have a defined target market and know your ideal client intimately. Think about it. If you coach lawyers and one lawyer who's not your client sees another lawyer you're working with who's got the exact result they want, that's highly compelling. Plus, the prospect won't want to feel like they're not as serious or committed as your current clients if they won't pay the same fee for coaching. Not just that, but a big reason people don't buy premium price coaching is because they don't fully believe they'll get the advertised result. So if you can stack your content, your copy, and even your sales calls with a ton of undeniable social proof, this removes a lot of potential objections and means prospects are far more willing to invest more with you. Testimonials, especially more emotional ones, are a secret superpower, and the right case studies can bring in so many new sales. So you absolutely need to be getting as many amazing results with your current clients as possible and collecting all their feedback while documenting their journeys. Up third is authority and expertise, or rather establishing yourself as the go-to expert in your niche. Just imagine for a moment you went to Tony Robbins for mindset coaching, and he said it was going to cost you $70 a session. Or if you walked into a Rolex store and they offered you a watch for $150, you'd be skeptical, right? That's because these are both premium brands in their spaces, and premium brands command premium prices. The more you can raise your status to the level of industry expert, the more people are willing to pay and the more they expect to pay. This is huge because if a prospect expects to pay a lot to work with you, there'll be a lot less of what we call sticker shock when you reveal the investment to them on a call. But establishing authority is more than just having the knowledge, and I'll reveal the key strategies needed for this shortly. You might be thinking that simply reading up on your niche or improving your coaching skills is enough. It's not. A lot of coaches out there are super knowledgeable, but barely earn enough to get by. Knowledge is a part of it, sure, but it's how you use that knowledge that matters so much more. For example, can you get featured in major media, whether it's local news, national news, industry magazines, or any kind of publication that people might recognize? This is huge for credibility and status. You could also go get more certifications, but this will only help you if your target client has already heard of the certification you're getting. So some kind of university degree, or possibly something like the CSCS qualification. To be honest though, extra qualifications and certifications might help, but usually the time and effort involved aren't worth it for the minor amount of status they give you. That's why the biggest thing that can help is knowing your target client intimately. I know we touched on this already, but it's critical here. Nothing builds trust and authority faster than someone feeling like you're in their head, repeating their goals, dreams, and problems back to them. When you can do that, you immediately build a level of expertise in their head that no other online coach will ever come close to. So absolutely go out and get in the media, get interviewed on podcasts, seek out speaking gigs, and expand your knowledge every single day. But don't underestimate the power of simply knowing your audience better and conveying things to them in the exact way they think, say, and feel them. The fourth trigger is the bandwagon effect. This is about showing potential clients they're joining a community of like-minded individuals. As humans, we always want what other people have. And if other people like us are a part of a strong-minded, successful community, that's something we can jump at. Plus, knowing others are paying a premium price to be involved in something like that lowers our barriers and objections. When you know that others see the value in something, you start to see the value in it too. You won't believe how powerful the feeling of belonging can be in making that sale. So don't be afraid to share posts or pictures from your community, and make sure you mention how you have this group or tribe or whatever you want to call it when you're on your sales calls. Working with you is one thing, but working alongside a whole other group of ambitious, hardworking people is a whole lot more attractive. Finally, you have commitment and consistency. By getting clients to make small commitments along the journey, this leads them to making bigger commitments of signing up to a $5,000 plus package. In a bit, we'll discuss how to design the journey of small yeses, but for now, just know that you should be asking for micro commitments for people in your content and when you're closing. So there are the 5 psychological triggers, but we still need to actually have a program that's worthy of a $5,000 plus price point. It's not good enough to simply offer email support or deliver copy and pasted programs. You might get a few sales that way, but you also have unhappy clients and you'll start to build a bad reputation. What you offer needs to feel premium. The most important thing here is results. Are you confident you're giving your clients absolutely everything you need to succeed? That doesn't mean you cram your program full of so much stuff that it's overwhelming, but it does mean you go above and beyond to support them and keep them accountable. Interestingly, what you actually deliver them can be quite minimalist. You want to simplify the process, so macros, meal plans, diet guidelines, and all of the traditional stuff you would use is definitely needed. And you also need to send them workouts as well. But outside of that, a premium program is all about the service. Are you onboarding clients quickly and efficiently? Are you giving them white glove service with bonuses and unexpected gifts? Are you going above and beyond and being proactive in reaching out to them? Are you offering support calls and giving them video feedback as opposed to just sending off rushed emails in response to their questions? All of these things matter a lot. You don't need to bombard clients the whole time, but they need to know you're there and you're looking out for them. The whole process for them needs to feel like a true transformation, and that they're changing not just their physique, but their mindset and their identity. So your goal is not to throw information at them, it's to help them cultivate that feeling and to have that unrivaled support, the kind they'd never get from a regular personal trainer or influencer style coach. But how do you communicate this offer in a way that's irresistible? That's what we'll get into now. One of the simplest but most effective pieces of advice I can give you is that you need to be talking about benefits, not features. Features are things like getting access to a Facebook group, getting personalized macro guidelines, having a video workout library, that kind of thing. Benefits are what outcomes these features give a client. If you're always talking about features, you become a commodity. If you're talking about benefits though, prospects really start to see what you actually do for them, and that's powerful. If you're struggling with this, try the so that test. How this works: you say a feature of your program, you get fully personalized workout. The answer to that might be so that you can be in and out of the gym in 45 minutes, get a great fat burning workout in your lunch break, and still be back to your desk showered and ready for the afternoon, knowing you've burned 500 plus calories while your colleagues are struggling through their post-lunch carb-induced slump. You could tighten that up a bit, but you can see how that's a lot more powerful. Or you could try, you get fully personalized workouts, so you could easily fit everything around your busy schedule and lose 2 to 3 pounds every week like clockwork, without ever eating into your family time. Lead with benefit and people instantly get a sense of what they'll actually achieve. Storytelling is a big one too. The human brain is hardwired to connect with stories, so instead of just telling people the benefits, let them experience them in a story form. So like with the example above, you could talk about the personalized workouts and the benefits from them, but then go to a story about a client who'd always struggled to get their training in and hated their body, then came to you, you showed them your methods, got them in the gym for just 2 to 3 hours a week, and that was the secret to them losing 30 pounds, combating their blood sugar issues, and finally being able to play catch with their kids again without getting out of breath. The more emotion you can connect to these stories, the better. When you can tell great stories, and when you can get the benefits of your program across in everything that you do, that's when people truly start to see you as a coach who's worthy of a premium price. But there's still one thing we need to address: objections. Clients have objections at any price point, but as you can imagine, those objections can be even bigger and even harder to overcome the more expensive your program is. You can address objections in 2 ways. Firstly, in your content. The key here is to make a list of every single objection people might have, whether that's the price, not having time to train, not knowing what to eat, having to have high-calorie dinners or regular drinks as a part of their work, needing to coordinate everything with family time, having bad genetics, and plenty of others. If you're struggling to think of some of these things, think back to your sales calls. These will be a goldmine of objections, or you can even use AI to look for Facebook groups or forums where your ideal clients hang out. Then, in every piece of content you publish, whether that's written, video, or an email, aim to tackle at least one objection and show the prospect why they don't need to worry about it. You can even come up with specific modules in your program or bonuses that tackle a specific objection, like a guide to short workouts for people who are busy, family-friendly super fast recipes for those whose objections are around meal times with kids, unlimited WhatsApp support for clients who might worry about their willpower and eating out. And secondly, you need to handle objections in your sales calls. That all comes down to listening and asking good questions. 99% of the time, when a prospect has an objection around a price or lack of time, or worried they can't do this when they have a high-pressure job and a busy family life, the objection is really they either don't believe in themselves to get the result they want, or they don't believe you can get them the result they want. So you need to peel back the layers here. Dig deeper and ask questions like, what makes you think that? Or, if I could remove XYZ, how would they make you feel? Ultimately, people who pay premium prices are buying a dream. So it's up to you to show them their dream is not only possible, but the best time to do it is now, and that the best person to help them is you. We can only do that logically by removing these objections, or we can do it emotionally by telling stories and showing them that investing in us will pay them back way more than that high ticket price. Then finally, making them see why the time to act is now. You can potentially do that by adding a bonus when they sign up, if you want to do that. But at the same time, emotional scarcity and urgency can be an even more powerful driver. Help them see what happens if they don't take action now. How will their problems get worse? How will this affect their family? How will it affect how others see them? And alternatively, how great will they start to look and feel if they do get started? What effect will this have on their self-esteem, their status, their relationships, their income, and their performance? People often think the key to making premium price fitness sales is offering a discount, but actually, that emotional scarcity and urgency is a whole lot more powerful. As you can see, the difference between selling a $200 program and a $5,000, $6,000, or even $10,000 program aren't actually huge, but they're extremely important. What's in your program matters. But more than that, it's how you position yourself, your offer, and the messaging behind it is the key for moving from charging maybe a couple $100s a month to having premium clients lining up, ready to pay 4-figure fees to work with you. Now that you know the secret to unlocking $5,000 sales, what's the first strategy you'll implement? Drop a comment below and let me know. I love everything about psychology and sales, and I can't wait to help you out. See you guys in the next video.